Good morning, friends. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today for this very gentle morning yoga stretch. You may notice that in the morning, your body is not as flexible and is feeling a little bit stiff. So we will not be doing any strenuous or intense poses for this class. All you will need to get started is your yoga mat, so let's begin. Please find a cross-legged comfortable position and begin to focus on your breath. Deep inhales through the nose, and then letting it go through the mouth. Let's do a few rounds. Feel your shoulders relaxing, dropping down away from your ears. One more. Now let's take our left fingertips down to the mat, taking our right ear to our shoulder, and getting a gentle stretch in the neck. If you like, you can begin rocking your head back and forth very gently and slowly. Maybe trying to sync up with your breath. Good, let's circle all the way around to the other side and taking our right fingertips down to the mat. Just beginning with feeling that gentle stretch. And then adding on if you choose. Let's circle all the way back to center and rise up. Next, we're going to make our way into a tabletop position. So let's make sure that our wrists are aligned underneath our shoulders, our knees under our hips, feeling the tops of your feet press into the mat. And we're going to do a few rounds of cat and cow. With an inhale, let's take our nose and tailbone to the ceiling. And with an exhale, arch the back. Feel your palms press into the mat and push it away. Big exhale. Inhale, arch. And exhale, push away. for next, we are coming into a wide-legged child's pose. You can keep it narrow if that feels more comfortable for you this morning, but otherwise we're going to take our knees to the edges of the mat, toes touching, and we're going to work on sinking our hips back toward our feet as we crawl our hands forward. And then we take the forehead down to the mat. Shoulders are down away from our ears, and we're going to be here for a moment just focusing on the breath and the sensation of the opening through the hips. On an inhale, let's walk our hands over to the right, keeping our hips just in place as they are. And we're coming for a gentle side stretch. If you'd like, you can take that right hand and kind of take the fingertips into the crease of your thigh for a gentle shoulder opening. Good, let's come back through center, walking our hands over to the left. Do the same thing there. Very good. Now let's come back through center. And we're going to come into that narrow leg child's pose. And we're going to just take our hands down to the sides. We're letting our arms become very heavy. Let the shoulders fully relax. Just focus on the breath. Not worrying about your to-do list for the day, which I'm sure is quite extensive. This is your time, and it really is important to get in the right mind frame to begin your day. So much better when we start our day in a peaceful, relaxed state, rather than feeling frantic or stressed or rushed. shoulders becoming heavier. Going to use core strength, really engage that core to gently bring yourself up. And this heavy last thing to rise. And if you like, you can tuck your toes under for a little bit of a toe stretch. As we sit those hips back onto the heels, let's interlace our hands behind. And begin to open up that chest, raising nose to the ceiling. And let's exhale as we fold over our thighs. We can release those toes. And if you'd like, you can roll a little onto the crown of your head as you continue opening that chest just briefly, and then drop it down. Nice work. Let's come back into a tabletop position. We're going to inhale that right arm up and exhale as we thread it through, keeping the hips as they are, coming for a shoulder stretch. If you'd like, you can bring that left hand toward the top of the mat. Nice work. Let's bring it back up so we can do the other side. Inhale, left arm up. And exhale, thread it through. As we come back into our tabletop, we're going to tuck those toes and push back into downward dog. As I said, this would not be including any strenuous or overly taxing poses, but it is nice to get a downward dog in the morning. You can begin to gently pedal out those feet so we can really begin to elongate through the backs of those legs. Attempting to touch the heel to the mat, sinking with our breath. And coming to stillness, let's push back deep into the pose. Next, let's take our right knee behind our right elbow. We're going to extend that left leg back, coming into pigeon pose. Now, I like to come up for a little bit of a back bend before folding forward. But it is your choice if you want to omit this part. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath and reach that right arm to touch the back of that left thigh, looking over our right shoulder. Feeling that gentle opening with this mild twist. And you can stay upright, or if you'd like, you can come all the way down. Remember to keep those shoulders down away from the ears. Let's come on back up. You're doing great. And we're just simply going to switch to the other side. So now this time, left knee is somewhere behind that left elbow. Let's get that right leg nice and long behind us. And I just like to keep it even. So since I took a gentle back bend on the other side, I'm going to do the same on this side. Again, we are taking a big inhale, circle that left arm around and back, fingertips touching the right back of the thigh, and we're gazing over that left shoulder. If you're ready, go ahead and bring it all the way down, or stay upright if that is just more comfortable for you. Let's come on back up. Next, we are going to transition onto our back. So just come through your tabletop position first so that we can just very gently transition onto our back. So we'll go ahead and slowly lower it down. And let's bring our knees to the chest. Go ahead and hug them in. And if you'd like, begin to find a gentle rocking motion side to side. This should feel like a nice, gentle back massage. today mine is going to be peaceful. So I'm not letting little work stressors overtake me, bring me into any state of panic or anxiety. Just remembering that anytime those feelings arise, we can always come back to the breath and find that moment of calm. And next, go ahead and begin to gently open the hips, and we're going to kind of rotate in and out, opening and closing. Sinking with the breath, gentle movement. One more time. To bring the arms into a cactus position. Go ahead and scooch those hips over to the right side of the mat so that you can cross that right leg over the left as we drop our hips down to the left. If this is feeling like enough of a stretch for you this morning, you can stay here, or if you'd like to intensify just a little, you can bring that left hand to the top of the right knee. Just provide a little bit of resistance. Just provide it. To deepen the stretch just a little. This one is for our back, which can, of course, get quite stiff while we are sleeping. To the other side, so use more strength to come back through center. Maintaining that cactus shape with the arms, scoop the hips to the left, cross the left leg over the right, and bring those knees down to the mat. If you did so on the other side, you can take that right hand to the top of the left knee to intensify the stretch just a little. Into a variation of the dead bug position and just sort of rotate those wrists and ankles going in the same direction a few times on each side, and let's roll it out the other way. full body stretch, taking those tiptoes down to the bottom of the mat, fingertips to the top of the mat, getting nice and long. Big deep breath. Exhale, sigh it out. And we are going to skip Shavasana because we are trying to get our day started, and we certainly don't want to fall back asleep, which would be pretty easy for me to do if I'm being honest. So let's take our knees to our chest once again, and we're just going to begin a funny little rocking motion because we're going to bring ourselves back up to a seated position, but we don't want to do so erratically. Okay, so now that we're up, we are back in our cross-leg position. And just as we started, we're going to end our practice with some full neck circles, just a couple in each direction. This time going all the way around. Shoulders down away from the ears. Let's go to the other side. Good. Let's bring it back up through center. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead. Big inhale. And exhale, bring those hands to heart center. Thank you so very much for joining me for this very gentle morning stretch. I hope you are feeling really good in your body after those stretches, relaxed, ready to start your day. If you enjoyed this class, please remember to like and subscribe because doing so helps to support free workouts online. And if you have a friend that could benefit from some relaxation, be sure to pass this class along to them. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you again very soon.